What up, guys? NBA Saturday Night Recap. Here we go. It is 11:17. Let's find out what's happening in the league. I just caught the end of the Lakers-Warriors game. Warriors got the dub. Good news for Warriors fans. Lakers fans, not only did you get the loss, which brings you closer in the standings, but unfortunately, Anthony Davis went down, and he's been awesome this year. I assume he'll be back, but we are going to take a look at that later. It was an eye injury, guys, so I don't think he's going to miss a ton of time, but it was pretty brutal. We will take a look at that. This is like the last minute of the game. Without Anthony Davis down low, Golden State was just getting easy buckets around the rim. Easy putbacks, easy dunks, close layups. Lakers didn't really have an answer without him. Surprised it was even that close. But that's a big loss for the Lakers. They drop out of the spot, giving up the spot to the Golden State, switching spots in the standings.
Lawrence Tanner continues to announce how much time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Green kicks it out. Wiggins drives, goes inside, lays it up and in. And James just going to walk it up now, as the Warriors are going to get a very important victory here tonight in Los Angeles in a game that ended with a comedy of errors that had nothing to do with basketball. Hachimura connects, and the Lakers and the Warriors now tied for 9th in the Western Conference. Golden State, another road win. They continue to play well on the road now, 18-14. Steph Curry with 31, Klay Thompson 26. And Golden State gets the victory. LeBron James had 40. But a tough loss for the Lakers here on their own floor. They're now 36-32 with 14 games left. But the key is Anthony Davis, that eye injury. Will it just be he couldn't return tonight? Will it be longer? That's the key fact right now for the LA Lakers.
Here's what the games are looking like right now. Minnesota's up on Utah. It's only a 10-point lead, but they should be able to close that out going into the fourth quarter. That shouldn't be a big deal. That should be an easy win for Minnesota. Even though they are playing without Cat, Ant-Man's got to get it done. He should be taken to the next level for the next 30 games. New York, they're up on Sacramento. That's a good game. Halftime, 5-point game. Jalen Brunson, 21 points. Let's check out the box score quick. Both these teams are fighting for seeds in their conferences. The Knicks stole Anunoby. What a steal he was. I mean, he's not having a big game, but he impacts the game on so many levels. Brunson, 21. He's really carrying the team so far. De'Aaron Fox, 3 for 8, 11 points. Domantas Sabonis, 18 points. He's underrated, man. Sabonis is a monster. Something about him that I don't like, but the guy puts up awesome stats every night. Let's see. Cleveland, Houston. Cavaliers blew that game. That's awesome for the Rockets to get that win. But Cleveland needs to get that win. They're better than Houston. Neither of those teams excite me. Moving on. Brooklyn Nets, Pacers. Pacers got the win. That's not surprising. Brooklyn needs to make some trades. They need to get whatever talent they have and start a rebuild. Indiana needs a couple more players. Maybe a couple players in the draft and maybe a veteran in the offseason. And next year they can make a run maybe. New Orleans, Philly. Philly got the win. Hopefully they're staying in the flow till Embiid gets back. That's all they're really trying to do. Tyrese Maxey, good game, 30 points. Portland, Pelicans. New Orleans got another easy win. Portland's garbage. One of the worst teams in the league. CJ McCollum looks like they carried the load with 30. Not a big fan of New Orleans. Neither of these teams are really a threat. Wizards Bulls, that's a trash game. And even then, Washington gets blown out. Man, they're bad. Thunder Grizzlies. Thunder won by 6. Way closer than it should have been. Memphis is garbage. They should have traded John Morant 2 years ago. Man, I would have traded him for 5 first-round picks and 3 players, and my team would be so freaking good. NBA executives are so bad. I would love the opportunity to be an executive. My team would be stacked. They're always chasing garbage talent. Anyways, Shea, 8 for 16, 20 points, 7 rebounds, only 3 assists. Very average game, but who carried it? Everyone scored. Chet had 22 tonight, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks. Good game for Chet. 23 for Williams. Josh Giddey, 13. Dort even had 12. Jaren Jackson, Jaren Jackson Jr. I think he's very underrated. Great defensive player. You know, he gave you 19 points for Memphis, 7 of 11, 3 for 4 on 3. Man, if I was a team, I would try to get. That's who I'd be trying to get. He's like your number 3 or 4, who would win you a championship. All right, talked about that game way too long. All right, what else we got going on, guys? NBA Saturday night. Thanks for watching. This is Dan. Warriors, Lakers, we mentioned that. LeBron had a huge game. Not a LeBron fan. If you guys follow my channel, unfortunately, if you are a LeBron fan, I respect some of that. He's an awesome talent, but I just don't respect the man. Curry, 12-24, 31 points, 3 for 10 for 3. He's really got to lock in there. He's got to get in the gym. That's not going to cut it going down the stretch. But Podzinski, guys, look at this. Plus 13. This is a rookie. Now it's starting, playing the most minutes in the starting lineup. 35 minutes at plus 13. Doesn't matter, he only scored 5 points. The guy does everything. He makes all the little plays. He cuts off the passing lanes. He stops the ball before it penetrates. He makes great switches. All the hustle plays. Like, it's unbelievable. All right, Anthony Davis. He only got 12 minutes in before his injury. Roy Hachimura, 14. LeBron, 40. 15-23. He actually hit his free throws tonight. Almost a triple-double. D'Angelo Russell has been, like, quietly having an awesome season. One of the best seasons, or one of the best second-half stretches probably of his career. Look at this. 23, 13, no turnovers. That's a good game. All right, so we're going to finish it up. Let's check out the standings. I don't think they're going to be actually updated as of tonight's games, but you got Boston at the top, 52-14. Milwaukee, 43-24. Cleveland, 42-25. Then there's a drop off. Really, Boston should come out of the East, no problem. Milwaukee could give them a fight if Giannis goes bonkers and Dame gets hot. Other than that, the East is kind of bland after the top 2. West, you got OKC's now got the top record in the West, which is crazy, tied with Denver. But Denver's been making a run, 47-20. They're 9-1 in their last 10. I think they've only lost 1 game since the All-Star break. So Denver's probably chasing that number 1 spot. I think Joker's not messing around. Minnesota, 45-21. There's a little bit of a drop-off for the Clippers, who've been struggling through like their last 15 games now, maybe. New Orleans, Sacramento, Phoenix, Dallas, Golden State. Oh, Golden State, with tonight's win, just leapfrogged the Lakers. That's actually big. That's the first time. So this right here just happened with tonight's win. So if you're a Lakers fan, you got to be a little disgusted tonight, and you had an injury to your best player. Golden State hasn't been playing great, but they lost Steph for like 4 games, and I think they went 1-3 in that stretch. I'm just firing off my memory. You can rip me apart in the comments. All right, let's find out what happened to Anthony Davis, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Happy Saturday night. Be safe. Like the video.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Sutterer, and my goal on the channel is to help teach you about the medical side of the sports world. Now, we're going to dive into what happened here tonight with Anthony Davis because, of course, Lakers Nation is going to be very worried about him, especially given his injury history. So this eye injury, should we be concerned? What really happened? The official word is the Lakers are calling this a corneal abrasion. We've also seen eye contusion, but corneal abrasion would be a much more appropriate diagnosis that would fit with what we saw happen. So cornea is a part of the eye that we'll talk about, and an abrasion is a scrape. It's a scratch. So there's essentially a scratch in the front portion of Davis's eye called the cornea. As he goes up here on the play where this occurred, basically what happens is the forearm skin of the Warriors player just swipes him across the front of the eye. So in most ideal situations here, the way the eye, the orbit is structured, the bones of the orbital socket protrude forward to where if you just put your hand across your face, you can hit kind of the front of your face there and not actually injure the globe, injure the eye. We also have, of course, the eyelid that is there to help protect the eye itself. So any sort of impact that comes in across the front of the face, the goal is that the bones are going to be there to initially take the brunt of the impact, and then the lid is going to be there to hopefully be closed to avoid any sort of foreign object or foreign body scraping across the front of the cornea. In this case with Davis, either the arm skin actually might have even lifted the lid out of the way, but the arm kind of coming down, you even see how the contour of the skin changes there, swiping across the face of Davis, caused the skin of the arm to rub across the front of his cornea, tearing his cornea. And then it was pretty clear as Davis was trying to walk off the court here that his eye was fairly swollen and he was almost certainly having difficulty seeing. Looking at our eye, I don't expect Davis is going to miss much time, honestly, if any. Most corneal abrasions will heal up and respond within 1 to 3 days. And so this is not something that I would expect him to miss potentially even any amount of time unless he had some sort of complication, which would be very unusual. To treat these, you're occasionally going to use numbing medicine or drops in the eye to help with the pain. And sometimes doctors will put people on antibiotics, even though it's not necessarily 100% recommended or encouraged all the time. You sometimes will use antibiotics. There might be a role here if Davis wears contact lenses. You're typically not going to wear the contact lens until that abrasion has healed over, so we might see some different eyewear for Davis if he wears contact lenses. But overall, I would not expect this to be any sort of a long absence, if any, for Anthony Davis. Thankfully, it sounds like he avoided more serious injury to the eye itself. Corneal abrasion sounds pretty scary, can be very painful, but should heal up within just 1 to 3 days.